Hello, welcome to How I Write with Michael Mandaville of Creative Explorer. So today what I'm looking at right now is the use of Scrivener and using that as I'm writing a novel in what I call sectioning Scrivener. And that essentially is the use of the various attributes of Scrivener to break down each scene into its smaller parts so that I could start thinking in more of an outline form. So let's take a look at that. So let's bring up Scrivener here, and this is what I'm currently working on. And it's a novel. It is in 8 chapters or sections, and because I think it's very much television, that's what I'm aiming for. You could call them episodes as well. But in this particular one, I am working on, and let me bring it up a little bit more. So what I'm doing is I have an episode here, and you can see Act 3, Episode 8, and then I click on the episode. And the nice part about Scrivener, which of course you've heard me speak about before, is it allows you to organize things very well, including all your research, characters, locations, anything you want to do for an easy reference. You're not reaching through all these folders, spending time searching. So that's a boon towards time economy and being able to write fast and smart and gain momentum. But in this case also, I'm able to organize everything in all these nice folders, much like everything on a Mac. And at the same time, or any kind of computer these days, at the same time what I did is create an episode here. And then I have a story, which is the episode 8 in the backstory. So what I'm able to do is come up with a bunch of ideas and put them down here to be able to kind of get a feeling of where I'm going. Then I actually put in the teaser, which is the next hook from the previous chapter or episode. Then I break it down into acts, and you'll see that I am currently using what is the 6-act structure here. So I have the teaser, 6 acts. In this case, it's the actual end of the novel. So in Act 6 is the resolution, and I still have a cliffhanger for the next season or the follow-up book. But each of these, if I just go to Act 2, it allows me to utilize a line here where I could put in what's going on in the particular scene and kind of organize the pacing in my thoughts. So by doing for each one of those, I'm planning. I tend to be a bit of a planner. Some people write spontaneously and see where it all goes. I kind of have a bit of both, I guess. I think it's the difference between being an extrovert and introvert and what I've heard being called an ambivert. And that you like periods of isolation, but also seek a lot of social engagement. So I thought that was an interesting word. Perhaps for writers, there's the same. You like to organize, and then you like to free flow. It's not an either-or sensibility. So whatever way you do like to work, find that and make Scrivener work for you. Don't have to bend to Scrivener. But I find this very useful because it allows me to plan ahead and do things like plants and payoffs, which are very traditional in film structure. You don't have a scene. As the playwright once said, you can't have a gun in Act 1 and not use it in Act 3, meaning that you put it there so now you have to use it. But the notion that you are planting an object or a piece of plot point or a character or some kind of reaction where the audience slaps their head and goes, "Of course, it's been there all along," and that gives a certain audience satisfaction. So this kind of planning really helps a lot, at least for me, and I think by using it in Scrivener and this structural breakdown here, and again, when I go down here, I have a lot of research for languages and locations and techniques, skills, plot points, etc. So that allows me to speed things up, and sometimes if I ever get stuck in any way or want to find something, I go and look into my research, and then it vaults me forward into brainstorming and working on the plot and the characters and the action. So that's what I call sectioning with Scrivener, and I hope it helps you. Again, the program is about $49, extremely inexpensive given everything else out there today, and extremely useful, especially if you're working on a novel or other long form. So by adding tools to your repertoire in terms of writing and other ideas, hopefully you'll find your own way of writing. So take care. Have a good writing day.